Jason Hugh, the good man. Oh yes, I will put that thing out and I will put that, just, no, it will. I just need to give you the voice.
Ready?
That's my mom.
This recorded on the record.
This floor is yours.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you, Alfonso. Thank you, Raul. Thank you, Lady Margaret. She's watching us. I'm honored and I'm humbled, more accurately, by this invitation from this organization, WOSC. I heard some of you pronounce it as WOSC. May I add a little bit of twist for the pronunciation and pronounce it as WOSC? Can you follow me? WOSC. You just said, oh my goodness, this is so great in Chinese. Remember, WOSC? You add E there, right? At the back. That E means education. Okay, so this is a little introduction of myself. Basically, from back to 1979 when I entered into this field of cybernetics system. And all the way to today that I'm joining WSC and making this proposal. This is not a regular keynote speech that's boring you. This is an invitation to all of you, or any one of you, after my talk, if you would like to sign up for this project, I'm going to introduce you. Okay, so to increase a little bit of awareness, there are at least 3 important processes going on right now. That little blue dot is called planet Earth, so we are all on that. We're following the sun, going to somewhere. And inside this room, each one of you has that thing pumping and make you alive. And inside here, every one of you has those neurons jumping. Okay, maybe listening to me, and maybe you're thinking another idea, but things are going on. And here you see 3 processes. Actually, if you like, you can see 30, 300, 3,000, any number of the processes currently going on. It depends on your attention, and it depends on your cognitive capability, how much you can handle. So we are here today to consider with your brain, to consider this project that I'm going to propose. Okay, so this is the agenda. You all know I came from Club of Remy. Club of Remy had a rule of 7 slides, but since this is a 1-hour talk, so I have 7 sections I'm going to discuss with you. Number 1 is a quick review, a new frame of science and the position of our systems and cybernetics knowledge. Well, where are we exactly in this whole picture called science? And the second is I'm setting this idea that the world needs a hardcore of Systems and Cybernetics Education Program, led by us here today, from today, I mean. So my hope is the leaders of WSC in the meeting of this afternoon will consider if WSC will endorse this project or not, because this project needs institutional endorsement to reach its goal. So later we may work with the WCSA, ASC, ISSS, etc. I have been a lifetime member of American Society for Cybernetics and also a trustee member. But I like this organization better because it's more international. I mean, more international than ASC. So ASC friends, don't argue with me. And then I'm going to present you 5 seeds. It's like I'm a farmer. I'm bringing 5 seeds here to invite you guys to grow them. Seed number 1 is a young student's learning map towards systems and cybernetics. I emphasize young students because it's not a Nobel winner type, it's not a Ross Aspie type. It needs to be something that attracts those youngsters who playing with their mobile phones, TikToks, Facebooks, something that draws them into our field. So that's the number 1 seed. Seed number 2 is a little effort I have been doing for years, since my PhD time, 30 years ago. It's expanding cybernetics principles, or methodologies, or ideas into the area of communication. So I explain. And we can use that seed as the core team building tool, because the project we're going to do needs to be done not by Jason person, but by a team of a collective intelligence, a collective wisdom. So seed number 3 is a taxonomy of systems thinking, or I propose to change thinking into auditing, observing, thinking, and acting. Maybe I should put a T there, so it should be auditing, yeah, but it's a proposal. A taxonomy means a collection of all the toolable theories and toolable models. I invented this little word, toolable, which can be used by non-system people. It can be used by managers, politicians, teachers, anyone who are not familiar with Stafford beer, but still can use the tools. So that is a taxonomy. And seed number 4, I suggest a little frontier area map. The area which needs more exploration, which needs more discussion. It's not mature yet to get into a curriculum for students, but it will be fun to be working on that. So that is another seed number 4. And seed number 5 is this whole proposal. It's an international-based AI-assisted learning center. And the so-called center is just a headquarters somewhere, maybe at the Eagles office, or maybe at the Raoul's office. But the center means the IT people running that AI-assisted center. So serving the whole world. So students in India, students in Brazil, students in Europe, anywhere can get in touch through their keyboard with us. So that's 5 C's. The color difference is that the green ones are already well tested. The green ones, the first one I had taught in at least 4 universities as a 1 semester course. well received. The second one, as part of our training product, we got also very well acceptance in the market of China. So that too are ready, already immediately can be used. Now the 3, 4, and 5 is subject to our collective work if you guys signing up. Where is that sign up sheet? Yeah, it's there, okay. So the details of these seeds documents are available to you if you sign up, okay. And to join this project group today, and you have URLs, and you may have that cloud folder addresses, so you can access to all of this. But once you sign up, you will have tasks to do. So this kind of a commitment is what makes it serious to you. It's just not another publication, another co-authoring paper. It's a whole project that really needs your serious consideration. Okay, so quick review, new frame of science. In my honest opinion, too much academic energy was spent on observing, thinking, publishing, and talking. And while providing useful systems and cybernetics knowledge to the public and to new generation, were, well, neglected is a too strong word, but at least we didn't invest a lot on that. So that my proposal is that let's focus a little bit on that. So let us define, Mr. Horn, we need to review Popper, Kuhn, Lakatos, Feyerabend, Maturana, etc. We need to review their criteria of doing science and use that mirror to look at ourselves. We can adopt at least Lakatos' perspective of a research program. So I'm proposing a research program today, which points to a hardcore of this curriculum that we are going to create. So, because we already have 80 years of experience of this field, and people here all know how good that this piece of knowledge should be, but very few people in this planet are aware of that. Maybe all of the systems organizations I know had less than 300 members. So it's a little, tiny little group. We need to enlarge that group. In order to do that, we need to get us prepared. So we need to define our position in the whole picture of human knowledge. So we need to expand this existing university departments like mathematics, philosophy, management science, computing science. We need to squeeze in and become our own. We all don't like that word department, become our own task force in all the universities. Because where there is a complexity, there is a systems cybernetics that we can contribute. We need to adopt new 4 sciences framework. That's my proposal. So in that framework, which I will explain in next slides, systems and cybernetics is at the margin of science 1. Okay, science 1 push to the boundary, boom, comes the Newton Wiener, McCulloch, Stafford Peer, and Hansel first, on the margin of a first science. Now, the full territory of science 2 is going to be defined, should be all territory. And half territory of science 3, and pioneering into science 4. So, and we also need to develop this curriculum so that we also can build an online coach robot, like GPT or something like that, and learning centers with volunteers, facilitators, teachers, coaches, network. And so, scalable school of systems and cybernetics via internet that can help young leaders to improve their cognitive capacity is the proposal. Okay, so here is my category of 4 types of sciences. Everything you talk about natural science falls into science 1. These things are working? Okay, anyway. Science 1 starts from physics all the way to part of the psychology and sociology. The goal of science 1 is to find facts and the natural laws by a community of observers named scientists. Okay, in science 1, you have to have 100% of cognitive stability of observers, so that students can say, okay, follow the science, because you have that kind of stability there. And the Bible author could be Galileo, Newton, Einstein, and Popper's idea of falsification going on there to make sure you have 100% cognitive stability. And there are shared rules of the game in science 1. Only in here, we have a few paradigm shifts over the history. And the change of leading metaphors. So that's an area everybody are very familiar with. Now, science 2 starts from part of the psychology into sociology, political science, international relationships, everything that deals with human. So the goal of science 2 is no more facts. So about, for example, who is the better candidate of United President? Okay, there's no fact there because half people believe that, half people believe that. The goal of science 2 is what I call 6 C's, which is cognition, something out there I figured out, cognition, and communication. Okay, I'm broadcasting to you, communication, and conversation. Okay, conversation is one step further from the communication. And if your conversation is successful, you have consensus building up among the group. Okay, so you're building a community along the 6 C's. And then once you have a consensus, you have coordination. You act together and you co-construct all civilization. So people call this second-order cybernetics, and Stuart Appleby call it second-order science, and there are people going on debating what exactly that is. My opinion is, okay, the goal of 6 C's unify this territory. We can call everything here a science 2. And there's a Bible-like book I recommend you. It's edited by an organization named ODN, Organizational Development Network. Their conference has about 10 times the size of this one. They are very successful practitioners, consultants, trainers. Okay, The Change Handbook is a very good one. I highly recommend. For Science 2, we have frequent mental models, metaphors shifting in groups and organizations. But as long as you are building up your community, it is good science. So you don't have natural law there. You even cannot find facts there because they're all perspectives and opinions. Now, Science 2 is for community building. Now, Science 3 is what happens when you have different communities playing games with each other. Maybe the game of interests, the game of preference of God. Okay, I have this version of God, and he has that version of God. And Science 3, I define it as the goal will be the Nash equilibrium among the players of the ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem is larger than your community. It's including others. But the key is, do you want to coexist with that others? If you say yes, we can coexist in this world, then you have fairly well-established rules of the game. Everybody play by the rule. So that's the area of game theory, or gray game theory. We have friends here as expert of green system theory. Here you focus on your winning probability. But at the bottom line, you do not want to destroy the other. So as long as you don't want to destroy the other, you are in game of Science 3. But unfortunately, in this planet, the little blue dot, we have ideologies, we have perspectives, we have a value system that becomes exclusive. That means only my God is the right God. Your God is the wrong God. Therefore, you'd better convert to my God. Otherwise, I will kill you. Unfortunately, if you like it or not, that is existence in our planet. So how are we going to deal with that kind of thing? Exclusivity. Okay. So that is the area. We had somebody, Asian Chinese martial, who wrote a book, Art of War. Okay, we have from Machiavelli. And here, there's no use to talk about a nice democracy, nice tolerance, because the other side won't tolerate you. So this is really a new field that worth our attention. What are we going to do? In front of unlimited means unrestricted wars, in the spirit of ILYD means I live, you die. So if you run into that, or die together, if you run into that, our system cybernetics people really need to find out new ways of how are we going to deal with that kind of a complexity. Okay, so this is the frame of the four. And so we belong to Science 2, period. Now, our problematic world needs problem-solving leaders who develop higher cognitive capacity by learning systems and cybernetics, hopefully At least that's our hope. If they learn, they can handle more about this, what they call unintended consequences. So the development, I mean real higher cognitive capacity, is not self-perceived. It's double-checked by reality. So the word real means concrete feedback from reality, not abstract. So I had an argument with some of my professors who were in business school who has not worked one day in a real business, even not in a restaurant. So his knowledge about business management is disconnected through thus unreliable. We need to search for reliable ways. So we need to actively search for concrete feedback. We have two examples, schools built by Elon Musk for these two addresses. You can check. It's a very interesting thing going on in our other traditional schools. Now, second session. The word is hardcore. Okay, I already said that. But emphasizes this curriculum needs to be young students focused. So we need to make things easier. We should not confuse them boom with the VSM big model and they got lost in those drawings. Easier to attract and sustain their attention, and this needs to be rich in elements for curiosity and fun, but promote serious learning in this cognitive capacity development. And we also need to use more reinventing approaches, and then I gave for convert our systems cybernetic ideas into usable tools for people who are not familiar with the field. And we can use a toolbox metaphor. So I'm promoting that a lot of you have a fancy paper with a fancy model and maybe silver bullet of solving some problem. That's good. So make it into a useful tool. In this toolbox, we know we have a VSM here as a big hammer. So we hammer everything with VSM. But there are other tools as well. So we need to put them all together and make them available to the students. So toolable, I wish I invented this word right. Toolable is a challenge to all the academics who are working hard on their papers. Okay. A good example again is that change handbook. Now, we present the seed number 1. Seed number 1 is a young students learning map. This I mentioned. I have taught in George Washington University of this, and California State University when I was a young professor there, and also in Tsinghua University and Peking University for their summer classes. So this layout, roughly it starts from 4 axioms: holisticness, isomorphic, conditionality, disturbance. It's kind of like a little hot pill they have to swallow first. And then very interesting puzzles. What is life? Okay, I engage the student talking about what is life. And then life is homeostasis. Okay, and then how come homeostasis emerge? Now, the goal set, the control mechanism. Okay, so the feedback thing kicks in here, and then goal setting, and who sets the goals for our body, and who sets the goals of your body temperature at 37 degrees. And there's something called self-organization. So self-organization, and then this goes on and on. So the student build up a vision of constructivism through curiosity questions. And we introduce some very, very basic principles like circularity, like law of representative variety, like eigenmechanism, etc. So, at the end of this program, I introduced a total of 9 methodologies as samples. Realist one, three pieces. Soft system area, 3 pieces. And constructivist area, 3 pieces. So that is the seed number 1. It's written in 1993. We need a good update of this thing. That's why we need a group to work together. Now, I have a claim, if you agree or not. The effectiveness and the efficiency of communication within Science 2, which serves as a key function for community building and the collective problem solving, is as important as physics within Science 1. So we need to give communication effectiveness and efficiency a special treatment. Therefore, we have Seeds 2 here. Seeds 2 is my work, it's actually my dissertation work, is to expand cybernetics into communication, starting from the dissertation work all the way to my consulting and the training career later years. So, all toolable, all become toolarized into 10 easy to remember numbers. So each one representing a little skill that you can learn. One key piece of knowledge: I am biased. I have blind spot. I am unique. Therefore, we engage into communication. It's just theoretically, it's just the first piece, and then immediately they are practical tools like listening. Listening, we have a parallel. Everyone heard about active listening? Yeah, active listening is parroting. So it's it's a bird 1. Bird number 2 is bat. Bat sending out signals to test. So it's a detective listening. Active listening plus detective listening packed in 2 birds. 3 responding voices and 3 talking paths per social style. I cannot explain every one of them here due to time, but the 3 responding voices is a good tool to suspend your ego and to get into better listening situation. So the first song is very simple. It's oh, you heard something different from yours. So hold back your reaction, hold back your urge to counter the opinion. You just say oh to invite the others to say more. So I said oh, ego is going to say more expansion to me. So after I heard a little bit, I said the second one is oh. Oh, simply means, oh, I'm stuck getting it. Until he explained that thing so clearly that I say, aha. So, very simple. 3 songs you remember and use in your conversation. Immediately, you have magic things going on. Now, 3 talking paths is a little bit knowledge based, where you all know, everyone has a PhD, knows that Myers-Briggs in type indicator, right? It's 16 categories, very complicated. You do a test to find out what you are. No, that's too complicated. it was simplified into 4 types of social styles. And we have a method to teach people to understand social style immediately or very quickly. So when you figure out, and you know your social style is one of the 4, and there are 3 types of people different from yours. You need to pay attention to fine-tune what you are going to say to each of them. So even for the same thing, you have 3 ways of saying it. Okay. So those are just examples. I cannot go into details of the rest of them, but you got the idea. So this is the stuff we need to teach students so that they work together much better.
Do we have to agree with that?
You don't have to, but these are all the tools that you can pick up. So if you start doing things, you will love a toolbox, right? Now, third seed. Third seed is a taxonomy, system thinking. Okay. Your hand, you have 10 fingers, except the unique people who have 11. But 10 fingers. So number 1 is shopping list finger counting system thinking. It's a little bit go beyond to the normal non-system thinking. So, okay, I have several elements to consider. So, and 2 is causality tree or fishbone. Here, one thing leads to another, and it leads to another. It's sort of like an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so one variable changes, a whole bunch of other variables follows. That kind of a system thinking is not cybernetics yet. Cybernetics emerge at a third level. So you start having causality loops. You have a feedback, you have feed forward. Here, okay? So more and more complex, you step into area of self-organizing, and you start paying attention to emergence, and then that's not enough, because self-organizing processes happens in layers in our world, and there are higher levels based on lower level stability. So once you have a multi-level self-organization, you do not only have a feedback and feed forward going on, you have feed up and feed down going on. If you see it, you can see it. Now, and then you go to next level, multi-agent. In the same ecosystem, the multiple self-organization processes going on, competing resources. So that's the area of ecology. And then the more complex you go, the more sophisticated phenomena you start capturing, like self-minding. That is what Hans von Forst called non-trivial machine, because the system, the complexity started developing a little memory of itself. So the memory will change its behavior. So next time behavior is not the same with this time. So all the way got done to the top level. I think so far, top level is what we call self-reflecting, and with our value principles. So that is a taxonomy. And you teach students one level at a time and build them up, because every higher level needs a base of the lower level. Another way to see this is, if you don't like the finger counting, you can visualize it as a building. So at the bottom, you have the traditional natural science single course thinking. So you'll be building up a causality link. And now, second layer, you count more than one courses. And then you start having causality structure tree, and then you have loops going on, and then above loops you have all kinds of self-organizations going on. You have a non-trivial machine, have a self-guiding system, self-goal setting system, and finally you gain a capacity of really reflect what you do. So here it's not 10 fingers, it's only 8 layers, because the whole self-organization concepts squeezed into the same flow. So, in any way you prefer to use, build up this taxonomy helps you to understand the whole field. So, for example, system dynamics and the VSM and total quality management, and the MIT group promoted that system archetypes, templates of complexities. So you can share different methodologies and different models in such a picture for your student, so they can decide which one fits to their current situation better. They make a choice. So in United States, we have a shop called Home Depot or Lowe's. Fine. Okay. Okay, so I'm almost done because it's seat number 4 already. Seat number 4 is this a little frontier area map with interesting content that's inviting your current work to consider if it can be linked here. From a Popperian 3-word hypothesis, we can push it into 12-word hypothesis. From the 4 classic types of circular causality, we push it into 12 as well. And we also have a little 4-dimensional system thinking template. So that's the last C is this business plan. So what I mean is, since we already have this material, now if we can have a group here. Do we have a group here? No? Where is that tag? Somewhere. Okay. So we can start finalizing this content and make it into an online course and offer it to the kids all over the world. So, to a box and a cookie cutter model. So, WOSC is going to be the headquarters of many learning centers like McDonald's. So, the whole world full of this kind of learning center. Each center had a tutor, a coach, or a facilitator, somebody who guides the kids through interacting with Robert online. So that is the vision. Business proposal partners, we need to form a group to start here today. Activities, we develop this seat into mature training products. Resources will be WSC, WCSI, any system organization, if they are interested or can join us. We believe that systems and cybernetics knowledge can facilitate the development of young leaders for the 21st century and beyond, worth our fit. Now, here's the very important figure. Customer relation. We can connect as many schools as possible through our members. And then our target is 0.01% of all our athletes. That number is about 800K. It is doable because it is workable. I can let you know later why. So we have channels and cost structure. we need volunteer work from today for 3 years. And then venture capital at that point can get in. And the fee-based phase 3 start making money if possible. I don't mean money, I mean self-sustaining operation. So at least a small bunch of people in this earth understand the systems and cybernetics. I think the bad problems will get better dealt with. So if you sign up, which one is your category here? You can be the co-developer, co-author of the hardcore curriculum. Or you can be the contributors to the toolbox. So in the toolbox, I have the box here, so you just put your stuff in after testing it. And the third kind of partner is institutional endorsers. Dear Raoul, we need your endorsement. And the last one is the pioneering user. You have a group of students somewhere back home, and you can start a learning center there using this curriculum. So you are category 4. So any one of you, please consider to become one of these. So I found from the internet that this piece of value is universal. It's from him, okay, Gordon. But immediately I found the same thing, same words, and claimed to be said by Bruce Lee. So it's very, at last year WOSC Conference, I proposed we change system thinking into system altering. Okay, this time observe, think, act. Now I'm soliciting act today. So we can do this. This guy facing the failure, and he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people working with him. We did a little bit more than that because our work will be more difficult than this work, because this work is in the area of science 1. So as long as you nail down the facts and the laws, you can succeed. And we are in area of science 2. The good news is we already have Eagle signed up, we have Peter signed up, we have Ram signed up. So there are empty spots there. I believe that you can. Where is that little pad? Yeah. How many do we have now? Oh, just one? Ah. Woo, bravo! Okay, I'm done. You go. Thank you.
It's not got all the way around yet.
Huh?
The path has not got all the way around yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. So please continue if you want to add.
Come down afterwards.
Slow